Welcome back to Breakfast Television. 1 in 4 Canadians may be affected by liver disease and not even know it. It's a number that is on the rise. So Dr. Mark Swain, a liver specialist, is here now with what's behind that increase and what we can all do to stay healthy. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Well,
nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Yeah.
Can we start right at the beginning? I mean, what actually does the liver do in our body?
Yeah, I mean, this whole concept of the liver being an engine, I think, is actually a very good analogy because people often think it's the heart as being the driver, but actually the liver is the driver, and the liver just does so many things in the body. And I think, unfortunately, it's been kind of grouped as being a filter, and people think of it as being a filter, which it does, but that is just one small thing of what it does. It's really a biological engine that drives our body. It makes things, it takes out bad things, it puts other things in. It's a really important thing for just basically keeping us alive.
Wow. I was reading that it has over 500 functions. Is that right?
Yeah. The heart pumps blood. The liver does 500 functions. It's really quite an amazing organ.
Isn't that incredible, right? You do have that idea of the heart being sort of the center of it all, but really it's the liver.
Yeah. Well, the heart's the center of our emotions, right?
Right. That's true, isn't it? Okay, so if we're looking at the liver then, and we know that it does all of this, how can we really sort of get it in our heads to really keep an eye on it? What do we need to be looking for?
Well, I think the most important thing is how we approach our lifestyle, really. I think that a lot of people, when they think of liver issues or liver disease, they think of alcohol. And and unfortunately, that has been a problem with understanding or approaching liver disease, because really the main driver of liver problems comes from our diet. You know, too much carbohydrate, too much fructose, too much food, essentially, and Western type food, and not enough exercise.
Okay, so all of those unhealthy lifestyle choices really have an impact on your liver function.
A huge impact. Yeah. Well, they drive fat into the liver, essentially, and that can have a tremendous impact.
Wow. So this is why the Liver Foundation has this campaign going right now where they're saying, you know, check your engine. It is the main driver of the body, so get it checked.
That's right.
So how do you do that? When you get it checked, what do you do?
Well, I think there's two things. One, often family doctors will test your liver tests, and about half the people that have fatty liver disease will have abnormal liver tests. The other ones don't, but they often have risk factors, like they're often overweight, and they're often diabetic or pre-diabetic. They often have abnormal cholesterol or triglycerides. And so those are clues that people are at risk of having fatty liver disease.
Oh, okay. So those things clearly then need to be monitored, and that will impact your liver.
Totally, yeah. So I mean, the 1 in 4 statistic is really fatty liver disease that drives that. It's mainly fatty liver disease. And as our society gets larger and more prone to diabetes, that's why there's such a rise in fatty liver disease.
Okay. And then we have to make that link then from fatty liver disease to liver cancer.
Right,
So what's happening there?
So what happens is roughly 1 in 4 adults has fatty liver disease, but most of those people, the fat just sits there, like fat in our arm, goes and comes depending if we diet or exercise or whatever. But about 1 in 30 people actually have progressive liver disease, just like they were drinking too much alcohol, but they don't drink at all.
Oh, wow.
And so they can progress right to cirrhosis. And over about a 20-year period, about 1 in 5 of them will get cirrhosis. And once they get cirrhosis, then anyone with cirrhosis is at high risk of getting liver cancer.
Wow. So this can be really serious.
It can be
But
very
I guess
serious.
the message here is that we can do these things to prevent it, which is making those healthy lifestyle choices.
Completely. A Mediterranean diet, cutting back our carbohydrates, avoiding fructose-containing things like pop is a major driver. And so people who drink sweetened pop, that's fructose, is very toxic to the liver and drives fat into the liver.
Okay, so make those healthy lifestyle choices and protect your liver.
And your heart.
And your heart, exactly. It all goes together. Dr. Swain, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
We're going to go for a break here on Breakfast Television. When we come back, more news, weather, and traffic. Stay with us.